Once upon a time, a successful farmer named Okoro lived in a lovely village of Alema. Okoro's abundant harvests were well known throughout the village. His fields were lush and green with good crops increasing as far as the eye could see. Okoro's farm produced more than enough food to feed the entire village and more. Because of his extraordinary wealth and generosity, the people of Alema held him in high regard and even gave him the title of the chief. Even with all of his accomplishments, he lacked one essential aspect of his life: real love. He still have not met a woman who truly captured his heart. One bright and sunny morning, Okoro set out for the bustling market. The air was filled with the aroma of fresh produce and the sounds of the villagers buying and selling. As he walked along the dusty road, he saw a beautiful maiden standing by a store. She had a beautiful smile and an elegant body that immediately drew his attention. Her name was Amaka, and her beauty took his breath away. Her eyes sparkled like the clear waters of the village stream, and her laughter was like a melody. Okoro felt a strong urge to approach her. With confidence, he walked up to the store and greeted her. "Good morning, beautiful maiden. My name is Okoro. I could not help but notice your beauty from across the market." Amaka blushed and replied, "Good morning, Chief Okoro. I am Amaka. It is an honor to meet you." They began to talk, and Okoro found himself captivated not just by her beauty, but by her intelligence and kindness. They discussed everything from the village's harvest to the dreams for the future. From that moment on, they fell deeply in love with each other. Without wasting any time, Okoro decided to seek the blessings of Amaka's parents for their union. He visited their modest home. Amaka's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ngozi, welcomed Okoro warmly. Chief Okoro, Mr. Ngozi began, "We are honored by your visit. What brings you to our home today?" Okoro, with a respectful bow, replied, "Mr. Ngozi, Mrs. Ngozi, I have come to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. Amaka has captured my heart, and I wish to make her my wife." Amaka's parents exchanged glances, their faces lighting up with joy. Mrs. Ngozi said, "Chief Okoro, you have our blessings. Amaka is a wonderful daughter, and we know she will make a loving and a devoted wife." Amaka, who had been standing nearby, felt tears of joy. She stepped forward and embraced her parents. "Thank you, Mama and Papa, for accepting Chief Okoro. I promise to honor and cherish him for the rest of my life." The news of their engagement spread quickly throughout the village. The preparations of the wedding began, and everyone was excited for the grand event. The wedding day arrived, and it was a sight to behold. The bride's house was adorned with colorful decorations, and the air was filled with the sound of drums and singing. The ceremony was filled with heartfelt vows and blessings from the elders. Okoro and Amaka drank palm wine, symbolizing their eternal love and commitment to each other. After the marriage ceremony, Okoro and Amaka settled into their new life together. Their love grew stronger with each passing day. Amaka proved to be a wonderful wife and brought peace and happiness to Okoro's life. They spent their days working on the farm, sharing stories and dreaming of a future filled with joy. Despite their happiness, a darkness was around their life. After 5 years of marriage, Amaka was unable to conceive. They tried every possible method, including getting herbs and potions from powerful native doctors and herbalists, but nothing worked. Okoro's parents began to put pressure on him to marry another wife who could bear him children to carry on the family's name. The villagers began to refer to Amaka as barren. They called her barren woman, that she had sold her womb to the devil. Reluctantly, Okoro decided to take another wife named Enkay. Although he did not love Enkay the way he loved Amaka, he hoped to fulfill his parents' wishes and secure his lineage. Enkay was also beautiful and came from a reputable family, but she lacked the peace and kindness that Amaka possessed. Not too long after the marriage ceremony, Enkay soon became pregnant, and Okoro's parents were happy. They were celebrating that finally they can now hear the cry of a baby in their home. However, a few months later, something extraordinary occurred. Amaka became pregnant with twins. twins. The news spread like a wildfire, and the villager was astonished. They were surprised by the dawn of events. Before Amaka gave birth, Nkechi, driven by jealousy and desire to have Okoro's attention and inheritance all to herself, sought the help of a native doctor. She asked the herbalist to ensure that Amaka died during childbirth and to place a curse on the twins she would give birth to. The herbalist told Nkechi to prevent the unborn twins from ever falling in love, or else she would go mad. The herbalist gave Nkechi a powder and instructed her on how to secretly mix it into Amaka's food. Nkechi, consumed by her greed and envy, she did not even consider the consequences the native doctor warned her about. She put the powder in Amaka's food, hoping to eliminate her. Surprisingly, Amaka ate the food without any immediate effect until one fateful day, as Okoro returned from the market with a successful harvest. Nkechi served him his meal. Suddenly, he heard some screams from the other room. It was Amaka in labor. Okoro rushed to seek the help of the village midwife, but by the time they arrived, Amaka was already weak and struggling to give it. Okoro stood by her side, helpless, for hours until she finally delivered a conjoined twins. Amaka, realizing her death was near, held Okoro's hand and pleaded with him to take care of this. She knew she wouldn't survive. With her last breath, Amaka passed away, leaving Okoro devastated. The midwife, shocked by the sight of the conjoined twins, could not hide her shock or astonishment. Okoro could not comprehend why the gods would give them cursed children and take Amaka's life. He felt that he would have preferred the twins to die rather than lose Amaka. In memory of Amaka, Okoro named the twins Nneka and Ebele. 25 years had passed, and the conjoined twins Nneka and Ebele had grown into a young woman. However, their lives were far from the fairy tale they had once dreamed of. Nkechi, their stepmother, always occupied them with house chores, leaving them no time for themselves. The twins were always at home, their youthful life crippled by the demands of their daily labor. Meanwhile, their stepsister Shoma, Nkechi's daughter, had a life of luxury and freedom. She strolled around the village like a princess, wearing beautiful clothes with bright colors and elaborate patterns. The villagers often comment on her beauty, which only seemed to amplify her arrogance. Shoma had many admirers. Men from all around came to the village to see her, carrying gifts in the hopes of winning her favor. She enjoyed the attention, gathering ancestries and assets, but the twins Nneka and Ebele were pushed to the sidelines, their presence hardly acknowledged. One day, the queen of Alima village organized a grand dancing competition to find a maiden suitable to marry the prince. The entire village was happy. They were excited. Nneka and Ebele, despite their plight, felt a kind of hope. Perhaps this competition could be their chance to escape their miserable life. "Do you think we could go, Ebele?" Nneka asked. Her voice was filled with longing. "I wish we could, Nneka, but look at us. We do not have any dress, and even if we did, would anyone accept us?" Desperation led them to approach their father or call for money to buy clothes for the competition. "Father, could you please give us some money to buy clothes for this dance competition?" Nneka pleaded. Okoro, who was busy with his accounts, barely looked up. "Ask your stepmother. I give her money every month for family maintenance." "But father," Ebele protested, "she mistreats us and makes us serve Shoma. We need your help." Okoro, blinded by Nkechi's manipulation, dismissed their complaint. "I do not say anything wrong. Just do as I say." Desperate conjoined twins approached their stepmother in the kitchen. "Ma, please, can you give us money to buy clothes for this dance competition?" they asked, their voice trembling. Nkechi's face twisted in anger. She shouted at them, her voice echoing through the house. "Do you think you will get married conjoined like this? No man will marry you, let alone the prince of Alima kingdom. My beautiful daughter Shoma will win the challenge and marry the prince." With that, she poured red oil on their body, cursing them, shouting at them, "Useless children, you want to buy new dress for which challenge? Can you even dance like this?" Can you dance? And so Shoma and Nkechi laughed loudly at the twins, their mockery ringing in the twins' ear long after they have left the kitchen. Nneka and Ebele retreated to their shared corner, tears streaming down their face. Their prayers to the gods for a husband who could accept both of them the way they are seems to be unanswered. A few days later, as the twins made their way to the stream to fetch water, they encountered a man named Shidi, a gold maker. Shidi was struck by their strength and the sadness in their eyes. He offered to help them carry their water back home. "Thank you," Nneka said softly, her eyes meeting Shidi's for a brief moment. "You are welcome," Shidi said, smiling warmly. "It is not often I see such hardworking women." When they got to their home, Nkechi and Shoma was surprised to see a man showing kindness to the twins. Shidi introduced himself and left, promising to return. 2 days later, Shidi returned to the twins' house with gifts of gold, eager to see them again. However, when he arrived, the twins were sweeping the compound. They left their brooms and started talking to him, grateful for his company. "Good to see you again, Shidi," Ebele said, her face lighting up. "It is good to see you too, Ebele and Nneka. I brought some gifts for you," Shidi said, handing them some gold earrings. Nkechi came out from the house. Her eyes was wide. "Continue with your sweeping," she barked at the twins. Then turning to Shidi, she plastered a smile immediately on her face. "Welcome, Shidi. What brings you here?" Shidi, unconcerned by Nkechi's mood, handed her a set of gold earrings. "I wanted to ask for Nneka and Ebele's hand in marriage." Shidi told Nkechi his intention, that he would like to ask for the Conjoined twins' hand in marriage. Nkechi's face changed with shock and jealousy. She shouted, "Abomination! How can you say that when my beautiful daughter Shoma is well and sound? And you want to marry 2 sisters together, conjoined twins? The gods should not hear this." Shidi stood his ground. "I have done my research. I know your daughter Shoma is beautiful, but my heart is set on Nneka and Ebele." She had also done her research, and she knew Shidi was a simple and a very wealthy man who sold gold all over the community and neighboring villages. Even people do say that Shidi is more wealthy than the king of the village. Nkechi persuaded Shidi to marry her daughter Shoma, that Shoma is a very good girl, that she will make a perfect wife, not the twins. The day of the dance competition arrived, and the village was alive with music and laughter. Nkechi, determined to keep the twins away, sent them to fetch firewood, warning them not to attend the dancing competition. They should not even near the village square at all. They should go to the farm and fetch some firewood. "Remember, you have work to do," Nkechi said, pouring dirty water on them. "Leave now and go and fetch the firewood. Before I come back, I want the kitchen to be clean, the whole house to be clean, and also make good food for me and my daughter. Since your father is not around, make good food for me and my daughter so that we can enjoy ourselves when we come back." The twins' hearts, heavy with disappointment, went to the farm. As they walked, they heard the distant sounds of drum beats and laughter from the competition. Despite their sorrow, they could not help but dance to the music for a moment, dreaming of what could have been. "We should hurry back and cook before Nkechi and Shoma return," Nneka whispered, and her tone was mixed with hopelessness. On their way home, carrying the heavy firewood, they met a handsome man who offered to help them. "Let me assist you," he said, and his voice was so gentle and sweet. Surprised by his kindness, the twins accepted. "Thank you," Ebele replied. Her heart was racing. Surprised by his kindness, the twins accepted. "Thank you," Ebele replied, her heart racing. As they walked, they talked about their lives and dreams. The man, whose name was Uche, listened intently, showing genuine interest and empathy. When they reached their home, Uche smiled at them. Take care, Nneka and Ebele. I will see you again. After Uche left, the twins could not stop talking about him. He was so kind and gentle, Nneka said, her eyes shining, and he did not seem to mind that we are conjoined. Ebele added, a note of hope in her voice. They quickly prepared the dinner before Shoma and Nkechi returned. As they walked, their minds were filled with the thoughts of Uche and the possibility of a better future, since their stepmother have already forbidden Shide to get married to them. So they were happy making dinner. The wicked words of their stepmother and hardship they endure seemed to fade away, replaced by a hope that maybe, just maybe, someone could see past their physical condition and love them for who they were. When Nkechi and Shoma returned from the dance competition, they were in high spirits. Shoma had received many compliments and gifts which boosted her ego. However, Nkechi noted a minor difference in the twins' temperament. Why do you look so happy? Nkechi grumbled. Did something happen while we were gone? Nneka and Ebele exchanged glances, agreeing not to discuss Uche. Nothing ma, they said together, concentrating on serving dinner. As the days passed, Uche continued to visit the twins, bringing small gifts and helping them with their house chores. The presents brought joy and comfort to their lives, but it also stirred jealousy and suspicion in Nkechi and Shoma. One evening, after Uche had left, Nkechi confronted the twins. What is going on between you and that man? She demanded, her eyes blazing with anger. Nothing ma, please, nothing. Nneka replied, her voice was steady. He is just kind to us, said Ebele. And this is not what he seeks, Nkechi shouted. Stay away from him or else you will regret it. So you think that anyone can help you? Maybe he's using you or he wants something from you. Stay away from that boy. I don't want to see him near you or this house. Despite Nkechi's warning, Uche's visit continued. He could not escape the twins, who had captured his heart with their strength and resilience. One day, he decided to speak to Okoro about his intentions. Chief Okoro, Uche began, bowing respectfully. I have come to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. Okoro looked at Uche with amazement. Are you sure, Uche? They are conjoined, and their lives has not been easy. They have been like this since birth. Are you sure of what you are telling me? I am sure, Chief Okoro. I love them both, and I wish to take care of them, Uche replied with conviction. Nkechi, overhearing the conversation, felt her blood boiled over. She stormed into the room. This is unacceptable. You cannot marry them. Where in this world has two sisters married one man? They are cursed and they are not meant to be married. Uche stood his ground. I will marry them with or without your blessing. And Chief Okoro encouraged Uche not to mind Nkechi and tell him that he's going to seek advice from the elders about the issue. Word of Uche's proposal spread throughout the village, causing quite a stir. Many were shocked, but some admired his courage and love for the twins. Nneka and Ebele, the conjoined twins, enjoyed by Uche's unwavering support, began to dream of a future together. Nkechi, however, was determined to stop the union. She devised a lot of plans to humiliate the twins at the upcoming village festival, hoping to drive Uche away. She spread the rumors about the twins, painting them as cursed and unworthy for marriage. Despite Nkechi's efforts, Uche's love for Nneka and Ebele remained steadfast. The village festival arrived and the air was filled with excitement and anticipation. Colorful decoration adorned the village square and the aroma of delicious food filled the air. Villagers gathered in their finest attire, ready to celebrate. Nkechi and Shoma, dressed in their most extravagant clothes, arrived at the festival, determined to flaunt their wealth and beauty. The twins, on the other hand, wore simple dresses given to to them by Uche. As the festival began, Nkechi put her plan into action. She approached one of the village elder and whispered into his ear, filling his mind with all lies about the twins. The elder, influenced by Nkechi's words, decided to address the crowd. "People of Alema," the elder began, his voice carrying over the crowd, "we have among us those who bring misfortune. The conjoined twins, Nneka and Ebele, are cursed, and their presence here is an ill omen." A murmur of shock and disbelief echoed through the audience. Nkechi smiled, knowing that her plan was succeeding. However, before anyone could respond, Uche came forward. "That is not true." Uche's voice rang out, silencing the crowd. "Nneka and Ebele are not cursed. They are strong, kind, deserving of love and respect." The crowd turned to look at Uche, admiration in their eyes. Uche continued, "I love them both, and I intend to marry the conjoined twins. If anyone has a problem with that, they can speak to me directly." When the villagers saw Uche's determination and the twins' quiet influence, they began to declare their support. Nkechi, realizing her plan had backfired, clapped her hands in rage. The village elder, seeing the crowd's reaction, had second thoughts. "It seems the people of Alima have spoken," he said, his voice carrying a note of respect. "If Uche loves Nneka and Ebele and they love him in return, who are we to stand in their way?" The crowd erupted in applause, and Uche, Nneka, and Ebele felt a wave of relief wash over them. That she stormed away with Shoma, Chidi the wealthy gold maker, who have shown interest in the conjoined twins, had been successfully persuaded by Nkechi to marry Shoma. Nkechi's greed and Shoma's beauty had overshadowed any concerns Chidi might have had about their character. Chidi, despite his apparent kindness and wealth, had a dark secret. Unknown to the villagers, he was a ritualist who used dark magic to amass his fortune. His interest in Shoma was not born out of love, but from a need to sustain his wealth through dark magic. Shoma and Jide's wedding was extravagant, a display of wealth and luxury. The village bustled with excitement, and many were envious of Shoma's good fortune. Nkechi, thrilled by her daughter's marriage to a wealthy man, ignored the disturbing rumors about Jide's history. As the newly couple settled into their married life, Jide's true intention began to unfold. Shoma, initially delighted by her husband's wealth and the lavish lifestyle it afforded her, soon noticed strange occurrences. Jide would disappear for a long period, and he forbade her from entering some certain room in their home. The days leading up to the wedding of the conjoined twins were filled with preparations. The villagers, now supportive of their union, helped with the arrangement. The twins' simple dress were replaced with beautiful Igbo bride attire, and the village square was decorated more beautifully than ever before. On the day of the wedding, the village gathered to witness the union of Uche, Nneka, and Ebele. The twins gave their husband Uche palm wine, and their face was filled with so much happiness and joy. Uche accepted the palm wine and looked at them with love and pride. As the ceremony began, the village elder, now fully supportive, spoke. "Today we celebrate not just the union of two people, but the triumph of love and acceptance. Uche, Nneka, and Ebele have shown us the true meaning of strength and endurance." With heartfelt vows exchanged and rings placed on fingers, Uche, Nneka, and Ebele were announced husband and wife. The crowd shouted with joy, and the villagers celebrated with them. Music filled the air, and everyone danced and celebrated, rejoicing in the happiness of the newly wedded couples. As time passed, Uche's affection for the conjoined twins Enkay and Ebele grew stronger. Their bond was a beacon of hope and love in the village of Alima. The villagers who once doubted the twins' ability to find happiness now marveled at their strength. Enkay, however, became irritated. The happiness of the twins whom she had constantly abused upset her. The warning from the native doctor 25 years ago haunted her dreams and waking hours. The twins had found love, and she could feel the madness creeping in. One night, curiosity got the better of Shoma. She decided to explore the forbidden rooms while Jide was away. As she consciously opened the door to one of the rooms, a cold, terrifying air hit her. Inside, she found strange symbols drawn on the floor, candles, and various artifacts that sent chills down her spine. Before she could investigate further, she heard footsteps. Panicking, she quickly left the room and tried to act normal. When Jide returned, he noticed something was amiss. His attitude changed, becoming more aggressive. "Did you enter the room I told you to stay away from?" Jide asked. Shoma said no, shaking her head. "No, I did not. I was just looking around. I did not enter. Please, leave me. I did not." Jide stared at her. His eyes was so cold, and he said, "Remember, Shoma, curiosity can be dangerous. Sometimes, some things are best left alone. Be warned." As time went on, Shoma's suspicions grew. She began to notice more strange behaviors and hidden secrets. One night, while pretending to be asleep, she overheard Jide talking to someone in a harsh tone. "We need a new sacrifice to maintain this wealth," Jide said. "The girl have served her purpose, and it's time." Shoma's heart raced as she realized the horrifying truth. Jide had married her not out of love, but to use her for his dark rituals. Fear gripped her, and she knew she had to find a way to escape. Meanwhile, Enkay's behavior became worse. She would talk to herself, and her eyes were always open, as if someone was watching her. The villagers began to notice her strange reactions, and they whisper among themselves, "Have you seen Enkay lately? That's wicked stepmother. Have you seen her lately?" One villager asked another. "She seems to be losing her mind though. Perhaps it is the weight of her sin catching up to her." Another replied, shaking their head. One evening, as the sun set over the village, Enkay's madness reached its peak. She wandered into the village square. Her hair was scattered and her clothes in disarray. The villagers gathered, curious and concerned. "Enkay, what is happening to you?" the village elder asked, his voice filled with concern. Enkay looked around wildly, her eyes filled with terror. "I'm cursed," she screamed. "The twins, they were never supposed to find love. The twins, they were never supposed to find love," she started shouting. "The twins, they were never supposed to find love. I am dead. I am dead. The twins were never supposed to find love." Villagers were confused. Uche, Enkay, and Ebele, who were in their house enjoying themselves, heard the commotion and rushed to the square. "Enkay, what do you mean?" Uche asked gently, hoping to calm her down. Enkay's eyes locked onto Uche, Enkay, and Ebele. "The native doctor," she shouted. "The native doctor. He warned me. He warned me. The native doctor. That native doctor. He warned me." She began to blab. "He warned me 25 years ago. If the twins ever found love, I would pay the price. I killed Amaka. I killed her. Oh. I killed her. Oh. I poisoned her food. And the reason why you are conjoined is because of me. I cursed her. I cursed her. Oh. I killed her. The curse was meant to destroy them. The curse was meant to destroy the twins, but it did not. You people came out alive." Oh, and she started crying. The crowd screamed, and a wave of shock and anger swept through them. Enkay and Ebele stared at Enkay, their eyes wide with disbelief. How could my stepmother do this to my own biological mother? How? What transpired between them? What happened? What is the reason? "You killed our mother," Enkay shouted. Her voice was trembling. "You killed our mother. Why? Why would you do that? What have she done to you? Why? Because of what?" Is it because of money? After you killed our mother, you still maltreated us, you make us a slave in our own father's house? Nkechi nodded. I did it out of jealousy and greed. I wanted Okoro's wealth, and I could not stand the thought of Amaka and her children inheriting it. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I made a mistake. I was so naive. I was so stupid. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me. Uche stepped forward, his voice firm but calm. Nkechi, your actions have caused so much pain. You must face the consequences of your deed. The villagers decided to take action. The village elder stepped forward, his voice commanding authority. Nkechi, for your crimes against Amaka and her children, you will be banished from this village. Your madness is your punishment, and also a reminder of the darkness that you have planted and you are reaping it now. Nkechi was escorted away from the village. Her scream echoed through the night, a haunting reminder of the consequences of envy and hatred. Okoro, now filled with regret, sought forgiveness from his daughters. Nneka, Ibele, Okoro said, his voice breaking. I am so sorry for everything. I was blinded by Nkechi's deceit. I failed to protect you and your mother. Please, my daughters, please forgive me. I am so sorry. I was not around. I was not available to protect you from your stepmother. I'm so sorry for letting your mother die the way she did. Please forgive me. Nneka and Ebele, though still grieving, embraced their father. We forgive you, father. Ebele said, we must look to the future and build a life of love and unity. Determined to save herself after hearing about her mother, Nkechi, Chioma sought help from an elder in the village known of his wisdom. She confided in him, revealing Jide's true nature and a desperate situation. The elder listened carefully and nodded. Chioma, you must be brave. There is a way to break free from Jide, but it won't be easy. You will need to gather the strength to confront him and expose his evil deed. With the elder's guidance, Chioma prepared herself. She gathered evidence of Jide's ritual and planned her escape. On a moonless night, she fled from the house, leaving behind a life of luxury and stepping into the unknown. Chioma returned to the village, seeking refuge and protection. She gathered the villagers and presented the evidence of Jide's dark secret. The villagers were angry and decided to confront Jide and bring him to justice. A group of youth gathered themselves, led by Chioma and the village elder. They marched to Jide's house and determined to end his reign of terror. Jide, realizing his secret was out, tried to escape, but the village youth caught him and brought him to the village square. In the village square, surrounded by angry youths, Jide was forced to face his crimes. The village elders spoke, his voice filled with authority. Jide, you have deceived us all with your wealth and false kindness. You have used dark magic to bring harm and suffering. For your crimes, you must face the consequences. The villagers united in their resolve decided to banish Jide from the village. Stripped of his wealth and power, he was sent into the forest, never to return. Chioma, though scared by her experience, found solace in the support of the village and the knowledge that justice has been served. As time passed, the village of Alima flourished. Uche, Nneka, and Ebele became symbol of strength and love. Their love story inspired others to overcome adversity. The twins is now respected in the community. The conjoined twins, Nneka and Ebele, they are now respected in the community, and they work tirelessly to make Alima Kingdom a better place for all. The villagers, having learned the importance of acceptance and unity, supported each other in times of need. The memory of Amaka was honored, and her legacy lived on through her children and grandchildren. Amaka was now known to be the first woman in Alima community to give birth to a conjoined twins. Okoro, though saddened by the loss of Amaka and the betrayal of Nkechi, found solace in the love of his family. He spent his remaining years surrounded by his daughter and children, his heart filled with gratitude and peace.